Okay.
Good morning, all of you. So today's practical is about acuity of vision. In the last practical, we have discussed about clinical examination of eye, that is anatomical part. Okay. Then how to examine the various visual reflexes. With the continuation of this, today's practical is acuity of vision. Now, what is meant by acuity of vision? It is nothing but the ability of the human eye to distinguish or to identify two separate objects as when they are placed at a minimal separable distance. Okay. Suppose for example, these are the two objects. Okay. So you can see that two objects, they are placed at a minimum separable distance, and you can identify that object as a two. Okay. So this is the ability of the human eye to distinguish or to separate out two objects as a two when they are placed at a minimal separable distance. Okay. That is called as acuity of vision. Now, as in the sensory system, we have discussed about the 2-point discrimination. Okay. So to identify or to pursue as a 2 points, that is 2-point discrimination with the help of one instrument, that is called as bone-phase accelerometer or compass accelerometer. Okay. So that depends on touch receptors. Okay. So similarly, for the acuity of vision or to identify two separate objects, for that purpose you require one receptor, that is called as cones. Okay. And that receptors are present at the center of the macula in the retina. You know what are the layers of the eyeball. Okay. So inner layer retina, the exit of the optic nerve, that is called as optic disc. Okay. So just temporal side of that optic disc you have macula, and the center of the macula you are having maximum receptors, that term is called as fovea, and the receptor is called as cones. So the cones are responsible for the visual acuity. Okay. Next is, what are the optical parameters, what are the optical system present in our eye. Okay. So you know that from the one optical media there is a refraction of that particular rays take place. For example, if the refractive power of the refractive index of the air is 1, refractive index of the cornea is 1.37, refractive index of the lens is 1.40. Okay. So when that particular rays goes from one refractive media to the other refractive media, there is a refraction take place. Okay. So this cornea having refractive index is about 1.37 gives rise to the refractive power is around 40 to 45 diopter. We measure refractive power of our eye in terms of unit called as diopter. Okay. So it gives rise to 40 to 45 diopter power, and lens gives rise to around 17 diopter power. Okay. So when you algebraically sum up, add up this particular all this refractive media, cornea, lens, aqueous humor, vitreous humor, which it will give rise to combine or algebraically sum of refractive power is around 59 diopter. Okay. So this is also called as reduced eye power or schematic eye. Okay. So this is 59 diopter is the refractive power of our schematic eye or reduced eye. Okay. Some definitions. What is by nodal point? Nodal point which is placed just in front of the 7 mm behind the cornea and 70 mm in front of retina. That is called as nodal point. Okay. Then visual axis and optical axis. Optical axis is nothing but the line passing to the center of all the refractive area. For example, cornea, lens. Okay. So that in this diagram, R means retina. So line passing to the center of the refractive media, that is called as optical axis. Visual axis is nothing but the line which is passing from the center of the visual point or center of the field of vision. For example, O through the nodal point and into the fovea, that is center of the macula. Okay. So this is called as visual axis. Now visual angle is nothing but the particular object, if the rays are coming from that particular object, they form an angle at the visual axis, that is called as visual angle. Okay. So this is, for in this diagram, this is a visual angle which is formed at the visual axis at the point of nodal point. Okay. Then what is the far point and near point? Far point is nothing but the maximum, the object is placed at the maximum distance, that is person can see without any accommodation, that is called as far point. Near point is the when you place that object at a minimum near around 30 centimeter, person can see that object with the maximum accommodation, that is called as near point. Okay. Now, what are the factors they affect the visual activity? There may be objective factors or the particular object, whether it is a white, whether it is a contrasting, whether it is a stimulating. Okay, that is called as stimulating factor. Okay, white color, brightness, contrast, it will give rise to more acuity of vision. Okay, then some retinal factors, for example, the center of the retina or this fovea having a maximal visual acuity as compared to the peripheral part of the retina, because the cones, the receptors for the visual acuity cones, they are present maximum at the center of the macula, that is called as fovea. Okay. Now, what are the applied part? How will check the visual acuity with the help of the different charts? Okay. Before starting with this, we will see what is meant by emetropia, myopia, and hypermetropia. Emetropia is nothing but the normal vision. Okay. So suppose for example, this is a object, AB is the object, normal object. Okay. So when you ask, this is the cornea. Okay. And this is a lens, and this is a retina. Okay. So when we ask the person to see that particular object, that image is formed over the retina normally. Inverted image is formed over the retina. This is a normal. It is called as emetropia. Okay. Now what is myopia? Myopia is nothing but when we ask the person to see that distant object, that image is not fall over the retina. That image may be fall in front of retina. Okay. This is called as myopia. So the person is unable to see the distant object. So what are the causes of myopia? It can be because of increased anterior-posterior diameter of the eyeball, okay, increased curvature of the lens, increased curvature of the or increased dioptric power of the lens, and increased curvature of the cornea. These are the causes of myopia. Okay. Then what is hypermetropia? When the particular you ask the person to see that particular object, that image is not fall over the retina. This image is fall beyond the retina. It is because of decreased power of the eyeball, decreased length of the eyeball, reduced power of the this lens, and flattening of the cornea. Okay, these are the causes of hypermetropia. Okay, now we will see how we will check whether the person is having problem in the distant vision or whether the person is having the near vision. Okay. So how will correct this myopia and hypermetropia? Okay. What are the treatment for myopia and hypermetropia? In myopia, what happens? The images fall in front of retina. Okay. So for that purpose, the treatment is concave glass. Okay. So we advise patients to use concave glass. Okay. So that image will fall over the retina. And for hypermetropia, the treatment is convex glasses. Okay. Because in hypermetropia patient, images fall behind the retina. For that purpose, we have to use more convex lens so that images fall over the retina. Okay. So we will see how we will test the distant vision and near vision, and what is presbyopia and the astigmatism. Okay.